Hi, welcome. Thank you for dropping by. Alvin de Guzman here. What I'd like to share with you in my third video lesson would be on the topic Retrospect, Introspect, and Foresight. 2020. 2020 has been a year of, I've been doing a lot of thinking and reflections on the goals that I've accomplished, the goals that I want for the future, the plans that didn't work, and the actions that I took in the past, in the present, and the actions that I will be taking in the future. So, our learning objectives or purposes for this video is I'm hoping that by the end, we can identify three key decisions and explain how it can influence our life stages. Number two, to give examples of three key decisions in my life, how to act on a priority based on an important human need. And lastly, number three, to relate to the struggles and find better ways of handling our daily struggles. So there are three life events, major experiences I wanted to share with everyone. And the first one will major event that happened was back in 2003. Um, at that particular point in time, I was teaching back in the Philippines in a private school. It was a very progressive, very organized, and it's a school where it's run well by good leaders, effective leaders at that particular time. I've reached a point where I've accomplished my goals. My job, I feel that at that time was no longer serving me. Um, my intent and focus was um, for financial security. I was looking for greener pastures. I wanted to upgrade my lifestyle. I want to be able to become independent, be able to have my own place to live and not be dependent on my parents for everything that I need. So I jumped ship. I decided to apply and for a job and got accepted in Arizona, the Grand Canyon State, not realizing that I would be teaching in a very remote area somewhere in the Four Corners in the Navajo Nation. So I was living there by myself, trying to prove myself, trying to start all over again, build relationship for about 6 years. And the important key decision I made was I will not downsize my dream. So I made some sacrifices along the way, making that move. I could not have done it without my parents' savings and help and the support of my brothers and sisters. But the focus that I wanted to bring your attention to, I made that move, that career move, um, in order for me to be able to meet my sense of security, financial security, sense of certainty, to have a more comfortable life, and to also have a change in environment, variety, and to grow my craft as a science teacher. The second major event that took place in my life, um, I made a very important decision that I'm going to choose relationships and build relationships that are meaningful for me. And I choose relationships wisely. I take the time and I try to nurture them intentionally. So I decided to get married in back in 2009. Um, I had the um, best moment in time. I was very happy. I was very lucky, and I was very blessed to um, have found, thinking that I have found my uh, life partner, my soulmate, and I didn't realize that it would just be short lived. So I only got to be in that relationship um, for about a year and a half. It didn't last that long. I had my share of mistakes, which I've learned from, and those mistakes has made me stronger, has opened, uh, has given me opportunities to be stronger in terms of the need at that time, and um, I had that love and connection and growth when I got married, and then when the relationship didn't work, and when I got divorced in 2011, um, the world changed. It was a night and day situation. You know, at one point, I had the house of my dreams. We have a brand new house. I have a brand new car. I have I have my dream job. You know that, and my partner at the time was um, pursuing her master's degree and was advancing in her career. And individually, we were doing so well, but you know, as a couple, uh, it didn't work. You know, there are things that's beyond our control. I wanted to stay in the relationship. I was fighting for it, but I just decided to agree and go through the process, the painful process of getting divorced. And I don't wish that upon anybody. You know, experiencing divorce is like experiencing death in the family. You know, you feel rejected, you feel broken, you feel so much emotional pain, and you have, you know, at that particular time. I was picking myself up, you know, because I've lost that. You know, I thought I had that significance, you know, that love and connection and growth, but all of that was taken away. You know, that sense of security, that sense of peace was all taken away when I got divorced back in 2011. So, in order for me to move forward, in 2011, I told myself, you know, I need to get over this. You know, I need to recover from this breakup, and I need to be able to uh, live my life the way I want it to be. And I was starting all over again. So I decided to just sort things out. I decided to separate things, you know, the things that I can keep, what are the things that I need to keep, what are the things that I can let go, and what are the things that um, needs to change, you know, in me, you know, and things like that. So I decided to um, move when I got divorced, which led me to my third major life stage or experience. So I decided to be with my sister and live in Florida. You know, so I applied for a teaching job. You know, in another good private school. I ended up um, teaching in that school for only about a year. I didn't like the way it was being run, you know, in that particular school. So I jump shift again, and then I entertain three different jobs at that particular time. I was a newspaper courier. I had a job in the early in the morning. I was working from about 3 o'clock in the morning until about 7:30 in the morning, delivering newspapers to customers, subdivisions, and then I would go back home. I would sleep for about 3 hours. You know, 8 to 11. I would wake up and then go to my second job, and then my job would be from 11 in the morning to about 10 in the evening. And I was working at that time as a loan debt management specialist. I was helping. I was in a trade school helping students manage their student loans. So I was in the customer service, business and financial aid and loan debt management of student loan debt management, for students. And the third job, I ended up having a part-time job also. When I was living there, I was a delivery driver for a Boston market at that particular time. So these are all significant experiences, in I would say, um, back in 2013 to about 2016. So I was there for about 3 years, and then decided to just go back and quit all my odd jobs, and decided to return back into teachings and return to Arizona in 2016. Um, 2016 was the return to my old craft, being a teacher. And at that particular time, I was teaching in a school district. Um, I liked my job. I was teaching in middle school as a science teacher. I stayed there for about 2 years, and I found another opportunity to return back, to the Navajo Reservation, uh, the school that my first job in the United States. So I returned back to the school I was teaching before, because of a sense of security. I'm able to have a sense of security, a sense of certainty, and I'm able to address my physical needs and emotional, mental needs. So the focus shift back in 2017 and 2018, the focus was from security, having a sense of security, financial security, to a having a growth and some kind of contribution. I wanted to grow more, personally than professionally, and be able to help people and be able to build relationships and improve relationships. So I'm focused now on the value for contribution. And it all made sense for me when I got certified. I got certified to be a coach, speaker, trainer with the John Maxwell team. Got trained by the teaching faculty and been practicing that, for the past 2 years. And it's all lining up for me. It's all working well for me because um, the third major life stage was when I experienced those odd jobs, when I moved to Florida, when I met those people in the International John Maxwell Certification, when I decided to join the John Maxwell team and become certified coach, speaker, and trainer. Everything falls into place. I'm able to meet and address my third key decision, which is I choose to be authentic, know my purpose, and my daily action in the direction of my vision. So, what I'd like for us to do now is for us to think about our past experiences, the past events, major life stage that you had in your life, uh, and think and reflect and write down the following questions. Number one, which of the six human needs did you prioritize at a particular life stage in your life? Number two, just to review, There are six human needs, or these are universal human needs. Everybody needs to have a certain sense of certainty or safety, mental safety, emotional safety, physical safety. Variety is for change. Everybody has a need for significance, to feel wanted and needed. Everybody has a need for feeling love and being connected and having a sense of growth and being able to serve a bigger purpose and be able to contribute some sort of legacy. So number two, what life stage or major experience that you remember making key decisions? Number three, why did you make those important or key decisions in your life? Where did you base those decisions? Did you base them on a certain belief? Did you base them on certain value? Did you base them on on the experience, that you had at that particular time? And then number four, do you know what those values or beliefs and how it led you to make those key decisions in your life? You know, every time we make a decision, or we make a choice, it's based on a certain belief, it's based on a certain value, or it's based on a certain experience that we want to have more. Number five, what kind of experiences do you want to have more of? What kind of experience do you want to have less of? Why more of those experiences? Why less of those experiences? Um, I'd like to wrap things up, and just to, um, if you're still staying on in this video, I'd like to thank you, and I wish you could interact with me on a regular basis. You can reach out to me. I hope we can start a new relationship. I hope you are safe and well. Thank you for watching. And if this is helpful, please comment, like, subscribe, and share. Thank you guys, and I hope to see you again next time.